Well, the market has been positive because numbers have been telling us that it's been good the last 10 months. And when I mean good, I mean improved. Right. So, like I said earlier, there's so many vehicles out here in the South Bay, the beach cities, Manhattan, Hermosa, Redondo, El Segundo, that have nowhere to go. And so us being here gives them a alternative to, like I said, going to a big dealership or maybe an independent that doesn't know the Rovers or Jags well. It's a very unique vehicle, so it's a vehicle that needs to be kind of cared for in a different manner than if you pulled up in a, in 1982 something else. So it needs special attention, special knowledge, and a lot of general mechanics don't care to work on them. So that's where we fill that void. And going back though to the trust and building a relationship with people, that's essential. I mean, we pride ourselves on a relationship, knowing people by name when they pull up. I mean, it really is truly like a family to us. I've known a lot of these clients for many years. I've watched their kids or known them when they were pregnant before they had their kids, and now seeing their kids in kindergarten, first grade. I mean, it's been amazing to be a part of their life, even in a small manner. And just being able to do our part, because they do carry around that precious cargo, family and kids in their vehicle, for them to trust us for so many years to do the job correctly and cost effectively. It's really important, and so it's been a blessing for us.
In terms of the future, what do you see the vision of the company? Where are you headed?
So what we'd like to do is expand. We're in kind of smaller quarters here, like to get more bays, more technicians, and get in a little bigger facility to accommodate the demand we're experiencing. Right now, we're doing fine getting people in and out same day, but we want to be able to continue that for our clients. So as we grow, we'd like to grow within the space we're currently at. Other bays are opening up, and stay here in the beach cities, of course, but keep on moving as the demand for us is increasing as it's showing. Yeah.
So your growth strategy is expanding to different bays, or keeping this place and just opening a second location?
It would be to expand within where we're at currently. So adding more bays as people move in the building and being able to expand here at this current location. So we're the home base, people know, recognize. Down the road, we may need a second facility, but it would be further out, not in the South Bay. Maybe to service the west side, right. Santa Monica, Los Angeles, that area. But our primary goal right now is our home base here in the South Bay.
Awesome. What would you tell a client that's on the edge, overtaking your car to, let's say, another repair shop and you? How would you bring them over the edge to this location?
Well, we get a lot of people that are, as they should, price shopping, feeling out where they feel comfortable. A lot of things we do, and I always tell people, show and tell is our best tool. So a lot of things we'll do that maybe other shops aren't as privy to doing is, if we're saying your water pump's leaking, I have no problem inviting you back, showing you if you'd like to take a look at it, exactly what's going on, because we have nothing to hide. So being upfront and honest and just transparent in general, people love it, and we're happy to do that. And when people want that, we'll make it happen anytime for them.
In terms of making clients feel welcome when you're here, what are some of the strategies that you deployed? I mean, I know that, like, for instance, when I was here, just as an introduction, you had cookies out and like giving. Obviously, you're not a bakery.
No, yeah.
But you understand how people and relationships function. Please tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have sometimes, we have special events for our clients. We've done food truck before, open houses, a lot of things to keep them, at bay of into what we do here. Welcome into it, because this is our home. And having those little things, like you said, or when they pick up their vehicle, something as simple as a cold water or a little cookie or snack, that's kind of our trademark. Just a little more of a personal touch than they're just a number walking through the door, next. As so many of us have gone to shops or other businesses that are like that. So it's essential for us to give more of that personal touch because that's how we truly feel about it. So that's key.
Tell me a little bit more about how the idea came to fruition. Obviously, starting any endeavor, any business is difficult.
Sure.
It involves a lot of risk-taking. It involves a lot of courage.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Where did you have that enlightenment moment?
I've always kind of had that entrepreneurial spirit. Through my careers, I've done various jobs, but I've always wanted to have my own business. I've done other things when I was younger too, as something as simple as printing my own t-shirts, things like that. I've always had the desire to do my own thing. And when I had come into fruition with the automotive industry, I came into it on accident. I was working for a rental agency at the time, and then was at a satellite office doing rentals for the Land Rover dealership. And it just so happened when one of the service advisors had left at that time, I had hit it off with the team over there that they invited me to come on board and become an advisor and take that opportunity. So once I did, everything kind of worked out for a reason. I did the rental, got me into the dealership level, which in turn got me the knowledge to do what I'm doing today here. But to get back to the entrepreneurial side, I've just always wanted to do my own thing, set my own schedule. I mean, don't get me wrong, I work twice as much as I did when I was working for someone else. But I enjoy it. I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy the people aspect. I enjoy that part of my job isn't always just sitting behind the desk as well. Half the time I'm behind the desk, the other half of the time I'm out talking to people, working on cars, socializing with the clients. And that's what I enjoy about my job. It's a nice blend of all those different aspects. And having freedom with my own company, it allows me to do all these things in great detail and truly spend the time I need to with these people and intricate details that everything comes together properly the way I see it. Then it makes it for a really amazing journey.
I see that, obviously, in terms of the mechanic shops that I've been into, none of them are as clean as yours. Obviously, you've raised the standard.
Yeah,
in terms of that.
We pride ourselves on keeping everything clean because a lot of we're kind of steering away from the old mentality of you pull up to an old independent shop and some guy comes out, what do you want? And everything's just full of grease. And we're kind of like to pride ourselves as almost a miniature dealer, offering amenities, waters, different items we sell, keychains, shirts, different things that you get or expect at a higher end location, but in your local neighborhood. Yeah, right. You want me to lean forward like this? Or?
Yeah, no, that looks good.
Okay.
Yeah, let's assert it.
All right.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So, my name is Jesse Bulen, the owner and operator of Beach Cities Rover. Okay. I started in the industry in 2012. Always had an affinity towards vehicles and cars in general, but my true passion is people. And I thought it was a good idea at the time to be able to bring to the local South Bay a quality, price, fair. I want to start over. Let's see.
Right, well, here.
Just keep running?
Yeah. Keep running.
Okay.
Especially with this angle,
yeah.
You keep talking, people, if you don't notice the cuts.
The cuts.
Yeah.
So just there. Okay. So what I did was bring to the South Bay, the beach cities, a value-driven market that hadn't been here for Range Rovers and Jaguars in particular. In this area, we have a ton of these vehicles with no place to service them. And so growing up here in the South Bay, I noticed that was a void that needed to be filled. And having the automotive background I have since 2012, and then the people that I've known and grown to love in this community, found it to be a good opportunity to start this shop. And since then, we've been in business since October 1st, it's coming up on our 10th month, and it has been progressively better month after month, growing our book of business, reaching out to the community, volunteering. A lot of special things have happened in that time frame. So I feel very blessed and grateful for this opportunity, and it's just been wonderful.
Awesome. When did you start in the automotive industry? You said 12 years ago?
No, in 2012, so about 7 years ago, I came into the industry. Like I said, I've always had an affinity towards vehicles and cars in general, but I came on board at actually Land Rover dealership, and that's where my background is. That's why we specialize here in Land Rovers, because that's what I know in detail. And so I started there, worked my way up the ranks, and from there gained the knowledge in the industry to feel comfortable to bring to light and bring to the neighborhood a local, reliable Range Rover Jaguar mechanic.
Awesome. So you said 7 years you've been working on Range Rover.
Yes, that's correct.
What has been the most challenging project you've had in those 7 years? Or something that you scratched your head to the point where you figured it out, but...
Well, we've done a lot of different things that's been done. That's what's part of the job that keeps me excited. So we've done things from as simple as regular inspections all the way to tearing down your engine and rebuilding. So we can do the whole array, the whole spectrum of the vehicle, interior, exterior, you name it, we've done it. Qualified, certified technician through Land Rover is what we have, or whom we have working on your vehicle. And so I've had a lot of interesting situations. I mean, what's great about cars, they're puzzles. They can't talk to you like a human can talk to you if something's wrong. So almost kind of like a veterinarian where you can get clues to what the problem is, and we have the computers to help assist that. And we do have the correct, or the Land Rover Jaguar certified computers directly for those cars. But at the end of the day, it's the knowledge and background that really assist in being able to correct the car, fix it first time, and get the vehicle up and back on the road safely.
And it's amazing that you've done it so long. What has been, maybe more specifically, something that you feel proud of going forward, or something that you felt proud of in the process of doing this company for the past few months?
Mainly the relationships are built. I had a loyal following from my previous employment, but to realize the people and the value that I was able to bring to the table with them in general, just them wanting to see me, them trusting me, the trust that they've given me with their precious cargo in their cars. You know, you driving around in your family, friends. I mean, we take it very serious. And so the fact that they trust us, it means a lot to us. And it shows us a lot that we're doing things correctly, and that's extremely important.
Why should someone choosing to service the Land Rover choose you over, let's say, the dealership?
Well, I mean, what's great about us is we have everything the dealership does have as far as software. We're registered as an independent contractor direct through Land Rover, so we can utilize all their systems that are up to date, state of the art, what they use at the dealership at a reasonable neighborhood price. We're not going to be your cheapest guy in the lot, but we're also not your most expensive. We're going to be right in our middle lane because we have the value of knowledge, and that was some of the main reasons for this area in particular, for those folks who don't have a place to go locally in the South Bay Beach City area, bringing that to them.
In terms of reliability and guarantees, what kind of guarantees do you give your clients as their cars get serviced?
So all our work is done by a 1-year warranty on parts and labor. So if anything does break down within that year, or unlimited mileage within that year, we will fix that same repair for free. So if it's a faulty part that was put in from the manufacturer, or if it's just something else didn't work out, we'll go back into that system and correct that issue at no charge to you.
In terms of your team, Obviously, you have valuable players. You could say that you continue to work with. My question is, what's your throughput through here? Like how quickly can you get a car in and a car out? Is it same day service? How does that work?
Yeah. So most of the time it is same day. We're very fortunate right now with the staff we have here. They're very knowledgeable and trained technicians, so we can get most jobs out depending what it needs same day. Depending as well as if we need anything additional at that time, we'll notify, of course, the customer, and they can let us know if they want to move forward with that repair, and then may post this to the next day. But otherwise, same day is our typical turnaround time.
Let's say I had a light come up, check engine light come up on my car, and what's the process in which you check it and figure out what's wrong? Do I get charged for the estimate?
No, so most of the time on any mechanical repair, there is a diagnosis of 140 is our hourly rate, and that will get you and your issue diagnosed of what you're having. Routine scans like checking the brakes, we do complimentary inspections for you. If your check engine light's on and you swing up and just need to make sure the car is not going to break down, we're happy to just scan it for you, get you in and out real quick. If it's something more serious at that time, then we'll let you know we would need to get you in for further diagnosis. But we're a very neighborhood store, so we're very, very capable of getting you in and out and accommodating where maybe at other places you may go, won't be able to facilitate you, on that spot. Yeah.
So tell me more a little bit about how the entrepreneurial journey worked for you. Obviously, it started with an intuition.
Yes.
But where did that courage come from for you to just release and say, no, this year is going to be, I'm going to go look for investors. I'm going to go through the process. I'm going to go through the works.
So my turning point, like I said, I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit, but my turning point was last summer in June. I was working for a company, and they sent me on a 3-day training expo out in Irvine. And it was a great event, but I just did not want to be there. And I got to the point where I didn't want any longer someone dictating my schedule, when I needed to be somewhere, why I needed to be there, especially if it wasn't kind of in my path of trying to move forward in life and my destiny of this. So that was my turning point. And so once I sat there in my hotel room after doing the forced dinners where everyone's, having the talk, and it was, like I said, it was fine, but just was done with that part of my life. Then I sat upstairs and said, now's the time. I got to figure this out. And so from there, I actually talked to one of my good friends, who's a positive mentor for me, and my wife, of course, and said, this is my idea. This is the time frame I'd like to do it. And it was kind of the perfect storm, because we had also another local shop here in town that decided to move out of the city. And once that clicked, I said, there's kind of a sign that it was time to go. And I was very fortunate. The owner of the property we're at today, it's very hard to find automotive space in the beach cities. And the reason it's so difficult is because the cities themselves want to build property, condos, things like that. And so to find a place, everyone had been here 20 years, 30 years, no one wants to leave. And it just so happened that where we're at today, guy retired after 34 years of being in successful business here at our location and moved out of state. And just the stars aligned with the prior place moving, this place opening up. And it was the time, it was destiny. And we moved forward from there, and I've been fortunate to be here ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about your value set. Obviously, some things, as a business owner, you have to learn to prioritize certain things over other things.
Sure.
There's opportunity costs. Obviously, economics teaches us there's always an opportunity cost. How do you manage that?
So we are a niche market, and with these high-end vehicles, we do pride ourselves on using factory parts still. I find it essential for especially these high-end vehicles. to be maintained at the proper service intervals from the manufacturer level, all the way down to the synthetic fluids that need to be used on these cars. So we don't cut any corners as far as maintaining these vehicles. Now, we do give an option for our clients who want a more cost-effective manner of maintaining their car. Of course, we can provide that option. We have quality aftermarket parts we can offer. But we tend to stick with and prioritize following what the manufacturer guidelines are for these vehicles. And to prioritize the cars, I mean, of course, the vehicle maintenance and taking care of everything is our highest priority. But the relationship we touched on earlier with the actual vehicle owner, their cares and needs, their particular need may be different than your and I particular need of what they're expecting for the car or what they can afford to service the vehicle. So we try and custom tailor what we can to their needs. And so that's kind of how we like to approach it, to make sure they're leaving satisfied while the vehicle is still being properly maintained.
So obviously, as anyone knows, there's challenges that come with the business.
Sure.
In these 10 months, share with me some of the challenges, and obviously don't go like specific details, but tell me, what are some of the challenges that you've seen that you've outgrown or fixed, processes or things that you would have said, if I had known that in the beginning, I would have changed that?
Sure. Certain things with the city and regulations, being in the automotive industry, we have working around a lot of hazardous waste. So the proper maintenance or disposal of everything, we've had to learn through the city of how they expect us for environmental care, which is great. We're right here by the ocean. We got to do everything properly to maintain a healthy environment. And we pride ourselves on that, especially one like we talked earlier about being clean and keeping everything we do really contained so you're not having any spill issues, things like that. Other issues well, not even issues, but come across to, succeeded with is our parts and getting things here frequently. So we have things delivered every hour. So you bring your car in, we're not waiting. Your car's not just sitting here while you're at home not being attended to. We can get your parts here within an hour, or if we can't get them here within an hour delivered, we can go get them ourselves immediately. And so we pride ourselves on how fast we've been able to expedite these processes over time and learn to improve them as they've come up. Because, leaving your vehicle here with us, most people, it's their primary source to get to their job, to drop the kids at school. We need to get that turned around to them quickly. And just like any customer service industry, which we are a customer service industry, we've learned you can't please everyone. We please 99.9% of people, and some people you can't, and you still maintain and build that relationship with them despite your differences or disagreements. But we always want people to leave here happy. If that means we need to take care of something for them, or they feel like something wasn't to their particular needs, we'll always go above and beyond to try and make the situation to their expectation. But overall, I feel like we do an amazing job doing that already.
What do you feel is something that synopsis of this entire conversation? We've talked, and the primary things have been your character, who you are as a person.
Sure.
What do you feel like people should know about you?
That I genuinely care about your vehicle, your safety, and you when you walk in the door. And that's part of me as a person and part of our success, but I just truly care about the people that come in. Like I said, I've built these relationships. I've known these people for years. Watch our kids go from in their belly to first grade. I take this job very seriously and hope that our clients feel and see that from us, because we truly consider them family when they walk in the door.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Yeah.